Aumento that momentum, that really needed spot. That again, the tree with a wood hammer that was just perfect. I was watching, right? I was watching the moment they were able to drag out the games, put out the wood hammer, just like
It's over.
it's over. It's over.
Yep, and definitely off we go, ladies and gentlemen, as we are seeing the draft for our grand finals reset back on that Kramer, and there's something new on the board right there as well. But JT immediately snatching off the Mimikyu for himself. We've seen this guy on the Mimikyu, he's so good on it, and Pom Pom back onto the Gyarados.
Still on the Gyarados, and I kind of have to agree with you, against Mike. we got to team up against Mike.
Okay, we got to team up. Okay,
Gyarados is really good. I think we both know that, and Mike's wrong.
I can't say that to my friend. But
no, it's but you know, like to be on a more serious note, right? Like Pom Pom's doing really great on the Gyarados and really helping out their teammates as well, making sure that they do a bit of initiation, the crowd control as well, making sure that their teammates are able to push in the damage freely, right? So with that being said, this pick, at least this is like a comfortable pick for them, and making sure that they can play to the best that they are, you know, in the best situation that it could be.
And we are looking at this once again, right? Sent on that Glaceon, and Dram back onto the Mew again, Ryu on that Trevenant. So this is a really comfortable all-rounder composition for them. It's all down to Swoosh, right? He's not on that Blissey, but he did a really good job on the Hoopa on the previous run as well. It's all down to Mike Ross, and he's blocking in the Dodrio once again, as we were mentioning previously off stream, right? Was the Dodrio the problem for this composition? He could have went with the Zoroark and, you know, had do its thing.
Okay, so I think their composition is actually pretty great, but it's just that, you know, Micros with this trio, it might not actually work that much. But the thing is, here lies the difference though. It is Micros. He knows how to play, you know, all these speedsters. Yeah, and you've seen him play, you know, the Zoroark, you've seen him play, even the Glaceon. If there's no, you know, Leafeon, because Leafeon is bad. Because they know for a fact, right, that if they gave Leafeon to Micros, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah, but you know, but we have the problem here is Dreamt and Scent.
Right.
These two players are the biggest problem when it comes to, you know,
Aumento.
Fibonacci.
Yeah.
Like they are they're so problematic to deal with. They're clocking in so much damage, so much hindrances with those surf on the Mew as well. And there's nothing. We realize that there's not much that Fibonacci could do to deal with them in the previous game.
You want to know what they can do?
What?
Look at the screen. See that? That's hyperspace hole, dude. See? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what they can do. And man, I am so excited to see what they can do in this Grand Finals reset. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, and all trainers alike, Issen and Aumento versus Code Unknown Fibonacci. Let's have a champion tie.
Yeah, so this is the first game of that reset that we are talking about. Mike Ross back on that Dodrio. Is he gonna make a difference, or is Dodrio's win rate gonna be 0 for the whole weekend?
Let's find out together. Here we go. Starting off with this, you know, kind of a bit of a kind of a farming pace, you know, getting in the XP to make sure that they are prepared for the upcoming team fights here. And the Magikarp as well, you know, they really need to stay on this, make sure that the effort value goes up as soon as possible.
Yeah, but immediately on the top half, the Glaceon just going up top, 3-man pushing in so much, you know, pressure onto that Magikarp. They know that the Magikarp is a bullying target, right? And they're gonna do the best of their ability in the early game to bully that Magikarp as much as possible and not allow it to be a Gyarados, like, you know, at the fastest pace.
I mean, look at this though, like Micros currently at the you know, central area trying to get up, and you know, the moment if they can get control of the top path, I think they would have a very huge chance of having the early game advantage, as you can see as well. But it's good as well that Issen and Aumento was able to acknowledge this and try to get away as much as they could so that they wouldn't be taken out here by Fibonacci.
Yeah, look at those damage coming in by Scent, right? Just dashing all the icicles, going straight right in as well. There's nothing much that they could do but retreat, and they have to try to feed the Magikarp as much as possible at this point in time. But Aumento is just doing such a good job keeping them at bay.
No, yeah, that is true. But here you go, though. like the Magikarp's still a still
Magikarp.
Gyarados, still not gonna be able to help down the teammates. But once it comes up, I think that is when Micros can actually do more stuff, because at the very least, right, there's someone helping them out with the crowd control and stuff. And that's what I'm saying. A Gyarados is now up, and with the crowd control coming in from this guy, it's just allowing Micros to go around anywhere.
Yep, and I love how this pairing right here, immediately Mike Ross just jumping straight right in, trying to do a little bit of disruption, but big Solar Beam coming in, and Mike Ross have no choice but to retreat. Toletes might be in a little bit of trouble right here.
Oh,
as the rest
beautiful!
Just dive right in and gets Mike Ross out of there. 2 KO for Aumento.
Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful play coming in from Ryu. But before we head into that, we're going to be seeing the Hyperspace Hold try to get back before they can score in. And man, I just want to really go back, right? Like, they went in to go for the Wood Hammer immediately, then goes for the, reposition themselves with that of the eject button, and they're not even stopping there, as they still want to get one more clip. Fable going down into Fibonacci.
Yeah, and there you have, that might be the lower goal zone being taken out there as well. The Sylveon has no choice but to reset right there. And on the top side, the Gyarados is online. That's good news for Fibonacci, but they have yet to score a single point.
No, yeah, for sure. And here we have Bounce is going to be the player of the game here for Pom Pom, and the Reggie Lucky is now up. Are they going to be able to take this one up, or would Aumento be able to steal this one away? Let's find out together with that of the Reggie bot as well. But it looks like it is going to be Fibonacci going to be able to take down that Reggie Lucky, and Reggie Ice is still up into the side of Aumento. It is quite a very good trade for each other, and both of them getting 1-1 as well.
Yep, I mean, overall, the Reggie Lucky is great,
it's a handshake.
Right? But that Reggie Ice having that extra HP buff for them is gonna have so much value, especially in fights like this, especially.
Wow, look at that. The damage coming in from the Icicle Spear, from that of the Glaceon, and the boosted basic attack coming in from that of Dream, right? It just almost disseminated the HP of that Rodrigo, and that's what I'm talking about, right? They needed this crowd control in order for them to stop Aumento, so that Micros would freely be able to roam around, get at the damage, and get away.
Yeah, but the Fibonacci is just allowing it to happen.
Yeah.
Mike Ross just diving straight right in, but that's a Trevenant that we're talking about. He can't exactly too much to a 3. Yes, he's a Whoop Factor, but he's a Dodo Bird, but he can't do much.
But here we go as well. I mean, at the same time, right? That's why they have the eject button, just to reposition themselves with that of sometimes the Wood Hammer and that of the Horn Leech. But with that being said, though, it looks like they want to give that a bit of a trade, 1-for-1 trade, and taking in that first Squirtle as well, Duntop, which is a very good trade if you ask me.
Yep, definitely. It's a good 1-for-1 trade right there as well. It's going to be a scruffle right here, as Fibonacci just putting so much pressure onto them as well. Jumping onto Sen. Sen just eject button out of there alive. And right here, no much casualty. Oh no! There though, but Fable might be a little bit of trouble right there, being trapped. Solar Beam it down as the rest of Fibonacci retreats and farm up.
I mean, at the very least, right? At least it wasn't Micros or Pompo that was taken up, because if it were them, it would have posed so much problem. At the very least, it's just a Fable. But even then, it is quite a deficit. They're going to be able to take down 1 again. That is the Umbreon, ladies and gentlemen, all traders alike. There's going to be 2 of them. At least they were able to answer back into that of Aumento. Going to be able to get that positional advantage as well into that of the Reggie Lucky, but the Reggie Seal is now coming up as well.
Yeah, definitely. But looking at that fight previously, I believe Pom Pom was the one, right? Just diving straight right in, getting those picks that he needs. And that's what we're talking about. If this Gyarados come online, it's going to be really difficult to deal with. And just diving at those right targets is inevitable at that point in time.
Yeah, they're going to get a bit of a standard situation here, as Fibonacci is just waiting for them to come in. And look at that, Minute Press is going to be popping up as well. But look at this, though. They are trying to disengage just a bit, but no, never mind. They want to get in more. Vanguard's going to pop up, and Wood Hammer as well, but it's not going to be enough for them to get into that of the Hyperspace Hold. They're going to be able to take down 1 in the process. Fibonacci, though, currently on the deficit against that of positioning into that of the Registeel.
Yeah, and there we have, Aumento already started on to the Registeel as well. Fibonacci tried to get an angle to just get right in, but managed to get the reset onto the Trevenant, and back he comes. But
they stole it!
Still stolen by Fibonacci.
Dragon Current into Set, going to be able to take down 2 in the process to make that 3. Fibonacci is calculating to make the 4. Ladies and gentlemen, all traders alike, Fibonacci doing this Fibonacci spiral, calculating everything in their place.
Yeah, down to the very last decimal as we speak. Managed to steal that register and just, go all the way in. But now the problem for Fibonacci is Toletes. Is he gonna, he have to start doing a little bit more impact, right? He's always the one being the first one to go down. He's always overextending, and he's not the crustle that he was.
Yeah, I mean, it's good as well. I mean, you're the defender. You have to defend your teammate, but like at the same time, you have to make sure that you sustain yourself to be able to be used for in a much longer time for your teammates as well.
Yep, definitely. And there we have, on the bottom side, trying to deny a little bit more. But Mike Ross and Pom Pom already gathering up, moving together as a unit. That might spell disaster if you're bumping into him out of nowhere.
Right, and at the same time, like Micros here currently having a 50 points lead. I think what they want to do here is try to, reduce this number quite a bit, but at the same time, Fibonacci already recognizing this, ripping off this Reggie, like to give them a bit of an advantage over into, going into that of the Rayquaza, and at the same time, right, because of this, they can, push them into an option select where they have to be wary of the Dodrio to score.
Dodrio is holding 50 points all by himself. We're at 15 seconds into the final stretch as well. And right here, Fibonacci already in position. Mike Ross doing a little bit of disruption right there in the central area. And, it's all down to Aumento. How are they going to engage? Because they have really strong engagement potential coming in with their Pokemon kit.
Oh yeah, we are going to be finding out the answer to that question as the Rayquaza is now up. Look at that dive coming in with the bounce into that of the Gyarados. Going to be able to take down the Wood Hammer before actually going back up. Phantom Force is going to be popped up. France is going to be popped up as well. Dragon Current, but not yet. A bit late into that of the response here, but nonetheless, going to be able to take down 2 in the process. Maybe 3. Not a bit of a low here, but the Gyarados is low. That is the thing. Pom Pom needs to be careful here. But look at that though. Dram is going to be popped up here. Going to be 3v1 situation, and Micros was able to jump away, taking out this Mew. And just like that, Fibonacci now has an outnumbered advantage against that of Aumento into that of the Rayquaza.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good Rings Unbound coming in just to bring a little bit of more in reinforcement. But Sen going down right here as well. This might be crucial. This is their time though. But 2 more Pokemon being knocked out from Fibonacci's side of the field as well. And right here, Aumento got a good positioning onto Rayquaza and starting it as well. How would Fibonacci respond to this?
Wait, no, look. Fibonacci doesn't have any damage as of yet. And look at the spawn timer as well. It's so long.
Rayquaza, 1 turret.
Oh my goodness, I'm so, this is so intense right now. Are they going to be able to steal it away? No, they're not. Aumento's going to be able to take down that Rayquaza for themselves and going to remove all the, well, not remove, but widen the gap that they already have against that of Fibonacci and possibly getting in this game as well. And here you have it, 200 down, well, just 100 yet. Down the drain, and now they have an even greater lead.
Yep, another 88 down for Aumento as well. 551, 201, 30 more seconds. There's still a chance that Fibonacci could do something to flip it around, but it seems like there's nothing possible for them to be done. Toletes holding 40 points all by himself, but with a slither of health, that's not the position that he is looking out for.
I like what Aumento did. I like the decision that they made going into that of the Rayquaza, just because of the fact that, okay, let's let it rip. Okay, let's let it rip. Have them, do their KOs, have them do their fights, their Unite moves, right? Let's get taken out, sure. And then immediately after that, like, the decision was, okay, let's take a chill pill. Let's take a chill pill, take a setback, and wait for take them out one by one. And from there on out, right, they made sure that they prioritize taking in the damage dealers, Micros, Team, Pom Pom, right?
Yep.
After that, they made sure they knew and acknowledged that, okay, you know what, Fibonacci has so long of a spawn timer and they don't have any damage, so let's just rip the Rayquaza.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good decision-making by Aumento, right?
Yeah.
And knowing that, Mike Ross and Steam was out of the game, out of fight for a good, 20 more seconds, and they have to capitalize on that.
Yes.
Even though, Scent is not part of it's not back at the point in time, but they still have to take whatever they can. But the next question is, how impactful is Mike Ross on that Dodrio? It's not as, fanciful as what we've seen previously when he was on the Zoroark, and instead, I would say, this Masquerada.
Oh, wow. Again, Issen Aumento is still respect banning Leafeon, but even then, right, it's just really that strong. Cramorant, though, is going to be banned
It's banned previously as well, right? It's just a really good respect that they have towards Steam, and immediately Toletes, right? Just taking away the Trevenant away from Ryu, and you know, could he actually make use of this 3 Pokemon that we're always raving about?
Now, I know I said earlier, right, as well, that they need to stick with their comfort picks, but I'm just wondering, since, you know, Charizard is pretty open, it might come up, and if it does, I think it's going to wreak havoc all day long.
Yeah, but previously, you know, Tyranitar was not picked as well.
Yeah.
But Hua, you know, this time around they got their Hoopa. They're gonna have, you know, all these quick rotations that they are looking for. Pom Pom back onto the Gyarados once again. So, you know, this time around, how comfortable is it gonna make Swoof, right? If Hoopa and Lisi out of the picture, he's forced to play the Elder Gods this time around, and Ryu onto the Crustle for the first time, and it all, you know, how is he gonna be working this out? But Mike Ross back on that Dodrio.
Wow. Oh, we're not gonna see that. But it's really gonna be interesting if we do get to see, you know, Cinderace. We haven't seen it quite a while, but it makes more sense for them to be able to like go for the. Oh wow, Pikachu. Okay, now this changes things up, right? Like Delphox, kind of understandable. Huge. Despite the nerfs, there's still, you know, the potential of the crowd control is still huge,
it's
right?
Still there, right?
There's the Trevenant, and there's the Pikachu. There's the Delphox, right? Fire Spin, Wood Hammer, and then of course, you know, Dragon Current, and of course we have the Bounce. But here's the thing, though. I'm not quite sure how this is going to help out Micros. It is. They're squishy. Sure, they have crowd control, but especially Pikachu, right? Especially Pikachu here, I'd say it's like very hard to maneuver, and you have to be very intricate with the Pokemon that you know where to place yourself, because the moment that you misplace yourself, even by the tiniest bit, you'd get caught up.
Punished.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the thing about Pikachu maybe is, you know, Steam's you know, pocket Pokemon, right? Like pocket pick that he just Hail Mary, let's just do it.
Right,
you know? And there's so much potential with this Pikachu as well, even though we have not exactly seen it in the WCS. But on the other hand, Sense, right? Ditching the Glaceon this time around for that Metagross, and that actually allow, you know, Fibonacci to have a little bit more space, try to bully the Metem and Beldum as much as possible, and not allow it to be a really strong Metagross to begin with.
But I mean, you know, like there's also the reason why there's the Sylveon and the Mimikyu, which definitely give them a much harder time, especially with the Play With Me going into that other trio. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Code Unknown, Fibonacci, and Issen Aumento game number 2 of the Grand Finals reset. Let's have a champion time.
Is Issen Aumento going to Hawaii for after this round, or we are going for game number 3 if Fibonacci win this one under their belt?
Right, and okay, it's really interesting because like we thought, right, like it could give a bit of a leeway into the Sylveon and the Mimikyu to be potentially the carry, but it seems as if like the Metagross is the one going into the central area.
Yeah, I mean, Metagross, they need all the EXP that he needs, right? Try to get into for level 5 and just exit the central area just in time to do a little bit more shenanigans towards their opponent.
Right.
And, you know, right here, Magikarp already at level 4 as well. Like, you know, that is a steady EXP level, I would say, that is a really good trajectory to get into Gyarados in time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can see what they're trying to do here with the Metang as well. You know, they want to make sure that this Metagross gets as much as possible, go online as early as possible so that they can help out on team fights, make sure that they can win the early game. But here you have it, a bit of a, you know, poking game here, just trying to, you know, feel the field here for Issen Aumento. But they're going to be able to take down the Magikarp.
Yeah, but and they're able to get that 1-for-1 trade onto that E-Tank as well. Mike Ross on that Dodrio doing his thing though, able to catch him up, but it's a 2v1 situation, but no choice but to back off of that fight.
No, and actually that's quite true as well. And you know, like Metagross still going into the central area to be able to, you know, get as much XP as we have mentioned earlier. I think this is going to provide so much problem for Fibonacci, especially that, you know, it sustains a lot, and there's no Umbreon on the other side as well.
Yep, no Umbreon, no, you know,
nothing to suck those,
nothing to suck all the armor shield away from their from the Metagross as well. But it all down to this Pikachu, right? Like how is he gonna be, you know, using those card control to his favor to try to control Aumento as much as possible.
And here we have it, though. I think we're going to be seeing a bit of a sneak peek of what might happen to the grand finals here.
All set.
If they can take out one by one, sure. And that's what just happened as well. They're going to be able to take down 2 in the process. Ryu is almost going to be taken out as well. No, never mind. Is going to be taken out. It's going to be Pikachu with a 2 KO in the process. And I think this is going to be like the game plan here for Fibonacci, just taking them out one by one, and it's working out pretty well for them, especially with the help of the Koopa, making sure that they refresh their HPs.
Yeah, this resets brought so much value to Fibonacci, right? Like, you know, those clutch moments where they just reset, go back to base, get their EXP back, be coming back to the fight or not. Like, that's a second decision to make. But, you know, getting out of that fight scot-free and just coming back stronger has so much more, you know, room to work with. That, and it's so great if they put it to perfection.
Right, I like what Fibonacci is doing here, making sure that they respect what that Aumento is already marking Micros and making sure that they can amend and adjust as well to make sure that Micros would be able to do his stuff. But just like that, as I said earlier, Pikachu very squishy, taken out immediately.
Yep, Regirock here being reset as well, but being trapped right there under the rock tomb, but managed to just, you know, eject button out of his way and hyperspace portal, bringing everyone down to the bottom side. And
was able to steal it!
Steal!
Oh my goodness, and that's what I'm talking about, right? That's what I'm talking about. They want to make sure that they give Micros a bit of a space here to make his thing work. But unfortunately, though, Aumento was able to answer by going to be able to take down 3 in the process.
Yeah. I mean, it's good, right? At least they get the Reggie, but 4 men on the bottom side of the field, and on the top side, Fibonacci managed to get their Reggie Ilecki as well. So it's all back to, all back to farming business. Everyone get your EXP, get everyone back online. It's a pretty close game though, so it all boils down to who has, who is going to be having a little bit more advantage, or who makes the first mistake first.
You know, I'm just realizing this, right? As well, like, compute and crash into the Mimikyu and the Rock Tomb is actually a very scary thing to happen.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not everywhere. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. And just like that, the Mimikyu and the Sylveon would just be able to, like, proc you. So if that ever happens, and I think it's there's a high possibility of that ever happening. And look at that, Counter Clock is going to be popping up here just to get a bit of a healing into the Aumento.
Yeah, Pom diving straight right in. Might be a little bit of that position as well. And there we have Aumento just pushing in so much damage.
Oh my goodness, it's not going to be enough though, but Micro's taken down in the process. Is going to be Pom down as well. And Steam, I don't think they're going to be enough to be able to defend this portal. Rings Unbound is going to be popped up as well just to get in some teammates. But unfortunately, if they do jump there, they're just asking to be taken out.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really bad position to actually press into the Rings Unbound. And the thing about Rings Unbound is that it takes so long to actually get that.
Wait, it actually got cancelled.
Oh, it got cancelled.
It got cancelled. Because he still has, like, Unite move.
Yeah, I mean, everything is looking great right now. I mean, unable to get the reset onto Mike Ross, but this Reggie Ilecki will be marching straight right to that tier 1 gold zone. Aumento looking really strong to close off and have and punch the ticket into Hawaii.
Almost, right?
Almost.
It's looking
so close.
Looking highly likely that Aumento has the control. Well, not highly likely, but they actually have the control thus far in the game. And if they can keep this up until the late game, I think they have a pretty good chance of winning this one. And look at that, Rings of Love is going to be popping up as well. Are they going to be able to make advantage of this? Yes, they will. It is going to be, Sen going to be going down. The Elder is going to be going down as well. And Ryu here has a very low HP, but it doesn't matter. Micro's going to be taking out 1-for-1 trade here for both of the teams. No, that's going to be 3 down. Thunderstorm's going to be popped up, but Sylveon's still alive and kicking. Drep here still has some power to them. Ryu, though, going to be able to take down that Hoopa, and they are still alive.
Yeah, I mean, that is a great turnaround for Aumento. Great Rock Tomb right there.
Yes.
To catch that returning Trevenant form from base as well. So this is a really good push that Aumento is looking at. And, even though the Regirock has not been touched at all for this fight, but that was a really good turnaround for them, and this might allow them to have the advantage. Look at Trev, how is he alive?
Well, he's fainted now. He's fainted now. That's the thing, though. But here you go, though. Pom-Pom's going to be able to take down 2 in the process, taking out most of the tank. 1 tank and 1 damage dealer here. But it is still not enough. They still need to take away this Regirock for themselves. And they're able to get it. Micros doing the objectives all day long.
I mean, Dodrio, now I understand why he picked the Dodrio finally, right? Now, this all clutch steals coming in from the Dodrio. These are all really good moments coming in for him. Reggie, Lecky coming up top in about 5 seconds time. And we're moving closer and closer to the final stretch. And, you know, the Metagross is already at 13. Sylveon is already at 13 as well. And we realized something, right? The Sylveon could not get KO'd that easily.
Right, and I mean, Dram, you know, with that Sylveon, despite having a very low HP, is not scared to just go in and dive. And I think that is a very scary thing.
Yep, definitely, right? It just dive right in, do its thing, get out. And, you know, the Elder Gods is just supporting and pocketing it as much as possible. So, but, you know, both sides looking pretty even right now. But I believe Aumento have slightly of an edge in terms of the level department as well.
Right, and here to have it in just a few seconds, we're going to be seeing the Rayquaza. And again, this will decide whether Issen and Aumento is going to be heading into Honolulu, or would they go to game number 3.
Yep, it's all down to this as the Rayquaza spawned at the center of the map. As Dodrio, though, being a little bit sneaky, doing his thing on the top side of the field. Both teams just staring down each other in the central area. 4v4 situation. Who is going to start that initiation going?
Right, at least, you know, the Mimikyu is there just to mark down Micros, because they can acknowledge the fact that, you know, they can split score. But as I'm saying this, it seems as if there's a bit of a poking game here into the side of the Ray pit. But again, because of the Hoopa, they can just easily go back to the base, heal up, and go back again into the field.
Yeah, but they have to be really careful of those Rock Tomb, though. It's really well positioned so far by Ryu, and if it gets a
there you
catch,
go!
It might be over. Pom-Pom might be a little bit of trouble right there, but able to get out there. Yeah, Ryu able to get the reset for the Trevenant, and it's still a stare down at this point in time. Hey, Fibonacci, you got to start working.
That is true. And look at them as well. Fibonacci is just pointing down the Rayquaza just to bait down Aumento. But now they have the notification that Aumento has to leave. They have to pop it in. Unite was going to be popping up as well. It looks like the Trevenant is going to be taken out in the process. Everyone from Aumento almost seeming like low, but they're going to be able to take down Micros as well. That's 2 for non-trade, 2 for 3 for 1 right now. And the Hoopa is going to be taken out. And that is it. Aumento taking out everyone from Fibonacci. Doesn't need the Rayquaza. All they need to do now is score in, and they have scored themselves the spot to the World Championships in Honolulu.
Yeah, there we have. But we have 20 more seconds on the clock. We can't exactly crown our champion just yet.
Okay.
They did. Yeah, calm down, JJ. Yeah. Even though there's not much to be done, but you know, Aumento. They came short last year, right? They came short in the Philippines as well, coming in third. But finally, they get their ticket to World Championship, and now they are champions.
Now I can say the winners, the grand champions of the LCQ APAC East is none other than Issen Aumento.
Yeah, the team that always comes short finally crossed the finish line. And they are going to Hawaii for Pokemon World Championship. How are they going to do it? And later we're going to ask them about
Of course.
Yeah, we have to ask them about this. But, you know, we can't discount the fact that this team, right, did a really good job at putting that fight against Fibonacci.
Dude, they read Fibonacci like a... I don't know, like an alphabet,
alphabet,
right? Like, cause like, see, like I'm in a position where I would have like preferred, right? Like again, not to this Micros, but I think I preferred the game where they played a different kind of comp, like with a Zorok as well. I think that would have made a better choice. I understand that they want to go for a more of a like a scoring comp, kind of
aggressive,
like team,
kind of
right?
Like, you know,
yeah, but knowing, they have to acknowledge as well that Aumento already saw this, especially if this is a reset, right? They've already run a set.
Smell it from miles
exactly.
away. Yeah.
And they were ready for it. And now, Issen and Aumento, look at the scores. They only had like 80 points.
Yep.
And Aumento was just stopping them, whatever they're trying to do.
Definitely. They always have to find out, right? Where is the drill? Where is Mike Ross? And as long as they have this